I was so surprised. Like these brands in Metaverse or Web3, you can never imagine having them in the same sentence. In this episode, we're talking about the 4 major brands that have filed their trademark in Web3 and the Metaverse. Alright, I'll give you 3 hints for the first brand. First, they are a retailer that belongs to another retailer. Second, a few years ago, they came out with a coin called Bulk Coin. BULK. So that would tell you that they sell stuff in large quantities. And last but not least, they're not Costco. That's it. The other 3 brands will definitely surprise you. Let's get to it. To get started, I want to talk about something cool, interesting, and fun. Okay?
All right. Okay.
Over the past few weeks, there have been 4 major brands and 1 celebrity who filed to get their trademark in Web3. Basically, they want to protect their IP in the Metaverse. So they file for their trademark in the Metaverse and Web3 and those kind of things. I will make you guess 2 brands. Are you
All
ready?
right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Because when I first read about these brands, I was so surprised. Like these brands in Metaverse or Web3, you can never imagine having them in the same sentence. So for each of these brands, I'll give you 3 hints. All right?
Okay.
Okay. The first brand is a retailer that is a part of another retailer. So that is the first hint. Okay. The managing retailer is huge and based in Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the second hint. The third hint, and this hint will give you, and this is also the last hint for this particular company, this hint will give you the scale of the goods and services that they sell. In the past, a few years ago, they came out with their own token, which is called Bulk Coin. BULK coin. Bulk Coin.
No. So like based out of Arkansas, they released a token affiliated with a company called Bulk Token. And what was that first one?
The first one
okay.
is, this is a retailer that is part of another retailer. And this managing retailer, which owns the retailer that I want to talk about, is based in Arkansas.
The Walmart?
No, but Walmart owns.
Walmart owns them?
Yeah.
I don't know who or what Walmart owns. What is it?
Okay, so I'll give you another hint, 2 more hints. This is actually obviously a wholesale retailer, and you need a membership.
Dude, I'm so lost.
Okay, all right.
My point on.
All right, you have to make it up with the second company, but it is Sam's Club.
Oh, Walmart owns Sam's Club?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, Sam's Club filed trademarks that covers NFTs, blockchain software, cryptocurrencies, and brokerage and financial services. And this is actually Walmart files for trademark under Sam's Club. And they file a couple of trademarks that will allow them to manage NFTs, offer digital goods, and provide crypto-based software.
That's an interesting play.
Yeah, right? If you think about it, Amazon kind of dabbled themselves a little bit with crypto and potentially NFT as well because they sell stuff, right? Walmart is the same. And I think that for these retailers, if they see people buy things, particularly if they see like, oh, VeVe is selling a ton of digital collectibles. When kids play on Roblox, they've been buying a ton of things like fashion items, toys, anything. They would want to step their toe into this new space of the metaverse. So they are kind of like flirting with Web3. And the first thing they'll have to do is protect their brand, right? They don't want other companies in the metaverse to use Sam's Club or Walmart. So that's why they are doing this, to first discover what this thing is, and secondly, protect their brand first, have a presence first, and then, decide on what they want to do in the future.
Okay, that's cool. Because I know there's some tokens like VeChain is heavily involved with supply chains, right? And I thought VeChain was one of the companies or one of the projects that Walmart was affiliated with. Were you aware of that?
Actually, not. No. Are you?
I mean, that was just the short of it. To be honest, I haven't brushed up on that all that much in maybe a year, but I do recall that there was a partnership with VeChain. So it sounds like they're trying to do their own thing, maybe.
Yeah. So a few years ago, I was very surprised to learn that they did come out with bulk coin, which sounds kind of funny, but is actually what they sell, like everything in bulk. So they came out with bulk coin, but the bulk coin is mostly for rewarding their customers, like Sam's Club customers. If they use the app, they get rewarded with bulk coins, and they can redeem these coins for hot dogs and ice creams and other things within the Sam's Club store, which is pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, I know. I see a lot of parents trying, or even adults, even if they're shopping on their own, grabbing some food on their way in and out. So that makes sense.
The second company, this is the first hint, they are an insurance company. All right. The
Okay.
second hint is they usually have ads on TV. And for a while, one of the celebrities that appear on the ads is a very famous former Denver Broncos quarterback.
Hmm. Well,
And the last,
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, the last hint is there is a bird in their logo.
There's a bird in their logo.
Hmm.
I could run off some names, but like I know, so that takes Geico off the list. I don't know if Progressive has a bird in their logo. Liberty?
No, Liberty has, I think, the Statue of Liberty in the logo.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Maybe.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I sound dumb. That's okay. Yeah, I don't know many insurance companies. I know that there was the General, but that there was like a military guy
Hmm.
as their logo, and Shaquille O'Neal, I think, was in those commercials. So that
So it's not State Farm either because, Jake from State Farm,
Mhm.
that's not him. That's not the company. I'll give you another hint. The colors in the logo are white and blue.
Man,
Okay,
I'm probably the most boring person. I don't watch all that much TV, so
I'll
I
give you
don't even
one
know
more
the
hint.
commercials.
Okay, I'll give you one more hint.
Oh gosh.
Their
Okay.
tagline has the company name is on your side.
Oh, Nationwide.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay.
A few weeks ago, Nationwide filed trademarks that covers, listen to this, Metaverse insurance and Metaverse investment services.
Okay, that sounds. I'm curious. I'm curious. So, how are they going to go about doing that? I mean, have they elaborated on it, or it's just early and they've just kind of dipped their toes in the space?
So they filed for this trademark on January 26, 2023, a few weeks ago. And to be more specific, they filed trademark actions for two things. The first thing is the name Nationwide. The second thing is their tagline on your side.
Hmm.
So in the metaverse or Decentraland or Roblox or in any metaverse, nobody can use Nationwide and on your side. So that is the first protection layer there.
Okay, so if we're driving our DeLoreans or Aston Martin in the VeVeVerse, we're gonna probably want to gravitate to the to that insurance company, huh?
Yeah, if you want to get insurance in the VeVeVerse, we know that Nationwide is, on your side. So they are trademarking their name and their tagline in it, and also they have plans for the metaverse insurance real estate, sorry, metaverse insurance, real estate investing, and other investment services. So pretty much what they do in real life, they just wanted to register the name of those products in Web3.
Good deal. Good for
Yeah.
them. That's, I mean, I haven't heard of companies like that doing it and jumping into space. So yeah, good for them. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm also very curious what they would do exactly. But let's move on to the third company. You don't have to guess this time.
Thank you.
Well, well, You know what? Let's do the guessing game one more time. This is a jewelry retailer, a jewelry
All right.
company. You probably go to the mall once in a while. Okay, so they are in pretty much most of the malls that you would go to. That's the second hint. And the tagline is every kiss begins with
K.
yep,
K Jewelers. Okay.
yep. So K, Jared, is that how you call it? And
Yeah.
Zales. All five trademarks that covers NFTs, virtual jewelry, and virtual stores to try on the virtual jewelry.
That I could see them like kind of playing off of that with digital, items. So like if you bought a an NFT of a specific kind of jewelry, you could get the counterpart in real life, maybe. I could see that playing off really well.
Personally, I think this is gonna be 100% virtual because have you ever heard of Roblox?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, Roblox exploded during the pandemic. So as of 2022, over 150 million people hang out, play games, socialize on Roblox. So of all the metaverses that came out of COVID-19 and whatnot, right? Roblox is still standing strong, and every day millions and millions of people, mostly younger kids like Gen Z, I would say, come into Roblox and play games. And the interesting thing here is, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up, because I think it will have a huge impact on the VeVeVerse and VeVe in particular, is because over the course of 2022, over 150 million users on Roblox have acquired both free and paid clothing items. So clothing items include jewelries, t-shirts, handbags, whatever. But there is a huge demand for these accessories and apparels. And that's why these companies are in it, because as long as people are buying it, and a lot of these kids do, because if they socialize with their friends on the app, just like how kids, just like how, kids play Fortnite, they want to look good, right? So they buy the skins. It's the same thing in Roblox. Like these kids who hang out in Roblox, they want to look good, so they buy these Gucci LV bags in Roblox, and they pay a lot of money. And also, beside those brands that show up in Roblox and the other metaverses, there is also a huge economy of creators. Like in 2022 alone, more than 11.5 million creators designed over 62 million virtual clothing and accessory items on Roblox. So over 150 million users have acquired these clothing items, and almost 12 million designers started creating them.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Those are crazy numbers.
Yeah, these are crazy numbers. And I think we don't pay attention to them simply because these are like Roblox is a space where much younger kids hang out, like Gen Z kids in, I don't know, like primary, secondary school, I would say,
Mhm.
and which is of maybe one or two generations younger than us, so we don't pay attention to them. But there's a huge economy, and there's so much going on within that particular space that if we were to visualize the VeVeVerse in the future using this example now, then we can see a lot of potentials, right?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Wow. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many different directions that you could go with this stuff. But I'm not gonna even try and think about that quite yet because once we get that once they launch that like first version of the VeVeVerse, it's supposed to be the showroom, right? But just like updated. Is that right?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be not the showroom. Well, it's gonna start with the showroom, and then it's gonna be the whole property, which is basically a showroom if you think about it, like the showroom, but a house and a garden, right? But then I think like when people walk around and socialize, they will probably want some status, something to flex, right? And then that's when these clothing items, these jewelries come in. So I won't be surprised if one day we see a Rolex or an AP, store somewhere in the VeVeVerse, right?
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
people can, you know, show off what they have. Yeah, definitely clothing will be like a good category to think about later on in the VeVeVerse.
That's some wild stuff. I hope like like in the background, I have like all the different kinds of
Yeah,
the
there you
different
go. You got it
versions
right
of
there.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I mean, that's just the kid in me talking. Like, I would love to have like to be able to sport those different Iron Man suits and like see what kind of gamification they would have. So you got me. You have me. You have my attention right
Yeah.
now. Like the different directions that this could go with the different directions that this could go in with different clothing and apparel and shoe wear, shoes, footwear. Sorry. Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah. I have one more brand, which is Jameson Irish Whiskey.
Oh yeah, Jameson.
Yeah. Yep. And the celebrity is Marshawn Lynch, which is kind of typical for celebrities nowadays. They want to dip their toes in crypto and Web3. But I thought the Jameson Irish whiskey is kind of interesting. Also, in the past, Johnny Walker also did their own NFT thing, and apparently, Jameson they filed a trademark for virtual alcoholic drinks, an NFT trading platform, and virtual bars and restaurants.
Man, I see that. I kind of see that being tough. I see that kind of being tough because if you're drinking to socialize, but you don't have the drink in front of you. Like if you're in the metaverse, how would that work?
I
How,
guess,
how
yeah, the way I think about it is if we were to hang out, you and me and the other folks in your army, for example, in the VeVeVerse, right? We probably would need a spot to hang out. We're not going to stand on the street and talk, right? In real life, it's going to be a bar. And in the metaverse, it's probably going to be a bar as well,
Mhm.
right? And even though we don't physically drink in the VeVeVerse, we're probably going to order a drink just because of our human habit. And are you going to walk up to the bar and say, hey, give me that green liquid thing? Or you're going to sound a little bit cooler and say, oh, give me that Jameson Irish whiskey or whatever. I don't know, like, I feel like it's going to be something worth thinking about because these brands, the reason why they are so successful is because they're able to create that desire. So if they can successfully execute it, it will be very interesting to see how they do it in the digital space.
Yeah. Maybe it's like the vibe that the marketing for those companies will that they'll try and build off of, right?
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah, like so like if you're gonna go to an Irish pub, you're gonna be listening to some live music probably, right? Some
Hmm.
like original songs from another culture that you may not from Irish culture. If you go to a Tex-Mex restaurant, or if you have like, I don't know, some tequila drink, you're probably gonna have some kind of South American or Central American kind of theme in
Yeah,
music.
I think you brought up a really good point. Maybe if we were to meet up in a Viviverse, we can say, oh, let's go to the Jameson bar, and they can create this whole virtual experience that is one good way for them to promote the brand, right? Like, because we spend, personally, I work in tech, so I spend 8, 9, 10, maybe 12 hours a day in the digital space. So if I were to hang out just like we are right now, but in the Viverse, we can go to a bar, and that bar can have a theme of this Irish whiskey, and we could hang out, and all this memory and will be associated with this particular brand. And that may be something that they are trying to build.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of Coca-Cola.
Mm.
Like they're known for their drinks, but they have decades of memorabilia. And like I went online, maybe like around Christmas time when they dropped the Coca-Cola truck. And
Mm.
I just kind of wanted to take a deep dive into what they had online. And there are some crazy random items with just like the branding on it. Blankets, different different styles of the bottles that and like showing how they changed over the years. Jukeboxes, pinball machines, shirts, hats, you name it.
Coca-Cola trucks,
Yeah.
the polar bear, Coca-Cola, so many things, right? It's pretty incredible. It's just sugary drink, but it's pretty wild how they create all these byproducts around just a drink.
Yeah. And you know, that's now that you gave that kind of framework, I could definitely I could definitely see how that could build they could build something from there. They could build off of that.
That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and a rating. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you next time. Peace.